be creative. We today are going to draw yourself, which is called a self-portrait. And if you look at the finished example, I want you to write 3 goals of something you want to do in art. And of course, you're gonna add lots of color, baby. Color can be with colored pencils, crayons, markers, whatever it is you have at home. Our focus will be using lines, shapes, and patterns in our work of art. And our special vocabulary is self-portrait. I'm excited to create with you today.
Okay, welcome to Mrs. Samsel's Art Room. Today we are going to start with a piece of paper, a lined piece of notebook paper. You will want something to color with: crayons, markers, pencil, an eraser, and a pair of scissors. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start with our piece of white. It could be printer paper, any white paper you have, and you are going to fold it in half. You will then take your lined paper and you will fold that in half. Go ahead and cut on that fold. Now this will be for you to write down your goals for the year in art. Up above here will be your self-portrait, which is a picture of your face and your hands holding it. So we're gonna get some glue and glue down the half sheet of lined paper on the bottom half. Now with this self-portrait, I don't know if I told you, but you only have to draw half of your face. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with a nice curve that's for your head. So I would put your hand in the middle and think that you're gonna want that curve to go all the way over your hand. Maybe about 3 to 4 fingers wide on either side. So I'm gonna use 3 because my fingers are big. If yours are tiny, you might want to use 4. I'm gonna put a little dot above my lined paper. 3 and a dot. So I know my face is gonna go up, 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 and then it is going to curve. And I don't want it to be a short little head with my whole hand. So again, I'm gonna do about 3 or 2. So I'll go with 2 fingers this time. And now that I have my measurement, I know it's going to be big enough for my hand to fit in, and I won't end up with a small head. So now I'm gonna make a curve. Mine kind of looks like an egg head, and that happens sometimes. If it does, you can just kind of go back and flatten it out a little. Mistakes are gonna happen, and you can leave it and then just put your hair over it, or if you can't stand the mistake line, you can erase it. But remember, you have to press light or else you're gonna see it. Mistakes happen a lot in art. As we create, don't get frustrated, have fun, and always have an eraser ready. Okay, so I have my head ready. After I have my head, I'm going to, in the middle, get my eyes. So it's gonna be my eyes, a little bit of my nose, and then this will be my hair. So with my eyes, there are 2 of them, I'm going to have 2 oval shapes. So I'm gonna think of a curve and a curve. A curve down and a curve down. The hardest part is getting the oval shape for your eye. Just try your best. And then you're just gonna make a line for your nose. With the eye, you're gonna make a U, and then you can make another line for your black pupil and a little white dot. So that'll be black and white. And I always like to, in the end, go back and kind of outline some things with a black marker. It kind of brings all the detail together. If you're a girl, you can add eyelashes. If you're a boy, I suggest leaving those off even though you have them, or keep them very simple. And notice the eyelashes kind of come out at an angle to the diagonal corners of the paper. Now above the eyeballs will be your eyebrows. That's that hair. And it's about 1 finger space above. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you're gonna want it to kind of go straight in line with the inside eye. And you're just gonna kind of curve it to follow the shape of your eye. So I like to lightly kind of draw out where it'll go. And then if you look in a mirror, your eyebrow hair starts by growing up, vertical, and then it usually starts to taper off to the side. Okay. Now I've got this big old head that needs some hair. So if you're a girl, you can have it come all the way down to the lined paper. If you're a boy, you probably have it short and your ears are visible. So let's make sure we know where our ears are and where our hair will end. So the ears are gonna go under the eyebrow and they're gonna be just kind of like a flat oval. Okay? And then you can start building up the hair. So if you're a boy, you could just add a part there. And a part there. If it's short, you could have it come up. This is where I'm gonna have to go back with the eraser and really get that shape of the head and let the hair come and be in front. So that's why I said in the beginning, don't really worry about the head shape at the top because you're gonna add the hair and that will change it. So if you're a boy, you can kind of have that shorter hair. I know it looks silly with the eyelashes. If you're a lady, you can, or a girl, you can kind of continue, maybe some longer hair in the back. If you don't like the bangs, you can kind of smooth that out. Okay, and this is where some of the outlining comes, that we bring the coloring to life. So I'm gonna go back. Give a little bit of a curve to it. Now usually in the art room we use a lot of Sharpies to outline. It helps us with our paint, but for the beginning days in the art room on our at-home learning, we'll just start with maybe some of the markers we have at home and not the permanent markers quite yet. Now I can go back and get in some of the color, and then what I'm going to do on the side is I'm just gonna add my fingers. And so my name is Mrs. Samsel, and you can make that colorful if you want. And you're gonna write, my goals are ... And I want to see 3 goals written down that you want in art. Maybe it's to practice drawing more. Maybe you really have something specific that you want to draw. Maybe there's something you have around the house that you would like to turn into a work of art. It's maybe recycled items or sculpture. Now I need to put my fingers holding on to my paper. So I'm going to have 3 fingers here. And you can trace them if you want, or you can just draw them as ovals. So I'll do both. So those are my fingers traced. You got your fingernails. Or you could just draw the 3 ovals. And so I should have put that word down there, but that's okay. I'm gonna have them down here. I actually like the tracing of the fingers, but again, it's your art and I just want you to try and have fun. Now I can outline those. And I can start coloring. Now, if you don't like how things look in all outlined black, we're away from the art room and all the awesome tools I have here. But one thing that I really like doing in the summer when my materials are limited and I'm home, which we are now, is taking and experimenting with outlining in marker and then coloring in crayons. So if you don't like the black outline, you could have outlined in your skin color or the color of your hair with a marker and then colored it with a crayon. So for example, I could have outlined my hair dark brown marker and then colored it brown. So now we get to color it all. And don't forget the background. Maybe add some creative patterns, some things you like, whatever works for you. Okay, boys and girls, so I am done coloring. I used my markers and my crayons. And earlier I talked to you about outlining in the marker and then coloring in the crayon. So I did that with my background, and you can kind of see how that contrast. So if you wanted to outline your facial features and your hands in like a brown or something else and then color it with crayon, you can mix around with and play with it. So for this assignment, you need to write down 3 goals of things that you would like to do in art, have your face with your eyes, and a really fun background, and of course, always your name on your paper. And to help me with the grading as well, you could write your teacher's name on the bottom. And the last 2 things you'll do at the end of every single assignment we do with at-home learning, pick up your mess. And I will attach my cleanup song so that you can hit that song on at home and be able to jam out while you're cleaning, because I know the family at home needs your help cleaning and doing chores. When you're all done cleaning, the next thing is you'll take a picture of your artwork using maybe an adult's cell phone, and they can put it in their notes, turn it into a PDF, and email it to me, or set it up on the Google Classroom so that I can grade it. So first assignment, make your self-portrait with your goals. Very excited to see you again. I sure had fun creating art with you today. I hope you had a great time too. Remember to be respectful, be responsible, and be kind. I can't wait to see what you create.